YouTube? It's your girl Liz Lorette, and I am back with another video for you today. Today's video is the 1 month PCS checklist. Yes, we are doing the PCS series again today because we are about 1 month away from moving from Fort Irwin, California to Fort Lee, Virginia. As I mentioned in last week's video, which was the 3-month PCS checklist, things got a little crazy with the whole coronavirus pandemic. Our moving date got moved up, which is why you got back-to-back PCS videos. So we are going to jump into that 1 month checklist. Before we go any further, first things first, if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. You have no idea how much I appreciate your love and support and you giving me the little bit of time that you have throughout your day. The second thing, if you are new here, what's up? I'm Liz Lorette. I am a faith mama, military wife, and lover of all things life. I am so happy that you stopped by. I hope that you will stick around. So if you like me, you like what you see, and you like the content that I put out there, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you never ever miss a video. And without further ado, let's jump into the video.
I can't get you out of my mind. It's like I feel it for the first time. Been thinking about you all night. I've been searching for this all my life.
Alright y'all, so like I said, today's video is the 1 month PCS checklist. Let me stop really quickly and say that I apologize if there are interruptions. One, crazy PCS season. I know you see the mess behind me. I explained it in the last video, but PCS season is chaotic. I am in the middle of purging a lot of different things and organizing things. 2, I had a baby 5 weeks ago, so you might hear an infant cry. I might have to go get him. I might end up holding the baby in this video. I don't know. We'll see. 3, I have a 5-year-old who I have to homeschool because quarantine done shut down the schools, right? So she might be waking up anytime soon. So it might get crazy, but I am here to give you the information that you need, girl. Or boy. You know, I don't discriminate. Spouses are all sexes, races, everything. Okay, anyways, the 1 month PCS checklist. So first things first, you know I like to break down my checklist into different boxes. So research, tips, to do. I have like a lot to do on the side, and then notes, right? So first, the thing that you are going to want to research different kids' road trip activities if you have kids. I do have kids. I have a 5-year-old who, she likes to ask lots of questions. She likes to play lots of games, okay? So she needs some entertainment if mama's gonna remain sane. So the great thing is that we purchased a new car recently. It is used, so new to us, used. But it actually came with a DVD player. What? Ballin'? Not really, but that's a big deal. So I will be compiling all kinds of different movies, all right? Because again, the child needs to be entertained. But I don't want her just stuck to the DVD or her tablet, because she does have a tablet as well. So I will be finding different types of activities. My mom found these awesome little books at the Dollar Tree. There's like basically kind of like paint by sticker books. Excuse me. So you have like a bunch of stickers, they're all mixed up, and then you have this picture and it just has numbers. And so you take the numbered sticker, you put it on there, and then it makes like an awesome little picture. Not messy, right? As long as your kid knows, don't stick this to the window or to the car, you shouldn't have any issues. But really easy. They're thin, they're a little tiny, so easy to store. I will still bring markers, I will still bring coloring sheets, different things so that she has plenty of entertainment on the road. I am going to be doing a video on kids activity box just to give you an idea of some things that you can take in your box if you have children. My daughter is 5, so she's kindergarten, she's finishing kindergarten, so there will be some kind of educational things, there will be different things. So definitely be on the lookout for that kids activity box video, just so that you get ideas. Hopefully you're inspired for different ideas for your children if you are doing a road trip like us. The next thing is research churches and social groups. For us, it's been kind of difficult at Fort Irwin. We weren't really too big of a fan of the church on the installation, and the nearest church that we were, I don't even want to say, I don't even know what to say. It wasn't a bad church or anything like that, but there is just something when you walk into a church where you feel that it is on fire, where you feel the Holy Spirit in there, where you are just like, yes, this is my place. And everybody, I mean, that's why there's so many different churches, because everybody gets that feeling in different churches. We never got that feeling. And we were driving an hour and a half to go to a church that I was like, okay. Like, I did not feel fed. I did not feel uplifted or anything like that. And again, that's not anything against the church. It just was not for me. Though, I don't know. There's a funny video by John Christ where he's like talking about like, oh, the music could have been better and like the way that we judge churches. But it's true. Like, it needs to be right. It needs to be right. Especially if I'm driving an hour and a half and paying California gas prices. Okay? So, it has been difficult here. But one of the biggest things is we want to find a church home at Fort Lee. I have started looking up different churches. I am super excited because they seem pretty awesome, but you never know until you get there, find if it's a good fit for you. So I have started researching that, but make sure that you are researching that if it's important to you or other social groups that you are interested in. Another thing you want to research is the type of inspection that housing will perform. This differs based on whether you live on a military installation, if you are renting out in the community, and it differs from military installation to military installation. Some places require a white glove cleaning. Everything needs to be scrubbed top to bottom. There needs to be absolutely nothing. Whenever I lived and worked for housing at Fort Sill in Oklahoma, it didn't have to be white glove. It had to be like how you clean your weekly cleaning, right? So everything had to be cleared out of the home, glass cleaned, floors swept and mopped, carpets vacuumed. That's what was required. And then if there was damage, like stains on the carpet, holes in the walls, writing, things like that, then you got charged for that. But as long as that basic minimum cleaning was done, appliances wiped out, you were good, right? You did not have to pull things away from the wall, clean behind, different things like that. Here at Fort Irwin, you do have to do that. So that's something that you want to research and look into. You can find that information by talking to housing, or you can find that information by going to your different military pages, right? The spouse pages, things like that, because people are all too willing to share their experience or their opinion on the move out process when it comes to military installations. So I do recommend taking that with a grain of salt. Understand that not everybody lives like you, right? So somebody's home could be extremely filthy and they could be highly upset that they got charged a lot of money because they don't realize you can't live like that. You can't leave a house like that. You could be the dirty one and you could be upset, or you could be extremely clean and come out not owning anything. So that's just something to kind of keep in the back of your mind when you are researching those things. The next thing that I want to talk about is the to-do list. So one, pick up any last minute medical, dental, mental health records, school records, things like that. Pick those things up. You know, a lot of things are online, so normally you can just get that information from TRICARE online if you need to. But if you go to a dentist off post, you need to go to the civilian provider. Definitely pick those up. Vision records, school records, different things like that. You're going to want to get those to take to your new installation with you. The next one, place any final online orders. This is huge. We are in the middle of a global pandemic. Stores are closed. We live like an hour and a half away from Target. Okay, that's been terrible. The nearest Walmart is like 45 minutes away. And one, because of the pandemic, I don't really know if I want to even go into a store and be exposed to people right now. But two, it's just a lot. It's a lot. And things are minimized, right? So we've been doing a lot of online shopping, a whole lot of online shopping. I'm kind of ashamed to say how much online shopping we have done. But you want to place any last minute orders a month out so that you're not caught with, oh my gosh, my package hasn't arrived yet, and you leave and then the next neighbor has to kind of figure out how to get it to you, or housing has to figure out how to get it to you. If they even contact you and tell you, hey, we got this package, they might keep it. People crazy. Feel me? People crazy. Just because you live on a military installation doesn't mean people are honest and nice and kind and have good values or whatever. They don't. People from all walks of life are in the military, so just be aware of that, okay? All right, it's a little tippy tip for you. Next, renew any prescriptions. If you're on like birth control and you need that until you get to your next duty station and can get settled with healthcare, definitely get like a few extra packs. Whatever your prescriptions are that you need, definitely take care of those things for you, for your children, for your spouse if they need them as well. A budget check-in, that's a big one, right? I keep talking about doing your budget. Again, a reminder, I have a whole budget spreadsheet that you can print out for free so that you have that whole template. It's really easy to follow. Definitely check out my PCS budget video, but definitely make sure you're checking in on your budget. make sure you're on track. Finalize anything that you need to. Buckle down anywhere that you need to, because you only have 1 month left until you move and you're going to start spending money, right? Next thing, contact finance regarding any allowances that you can get in advance, right? So sometimes you can get like your dislocation allowance given to you before you move. That will help you with the move too. So just be aware. Be aware if you take it before you move, because we learned this lesson. Sometimes they're not really tracking it on the back end when you get to your new duty station, or maybe somebody just doesn't know they're new, and it's entirely possible that they'll give it to you on the back end, and you're like, oh look, we got more money. No, the government wants their money, and ain't no payment plan. It just comes straight out of your check. So again, just be aware of that, okay? If you take it in advance and you get a chunk of money when you come back, or when you get to your new duty station, call them immediately and be like, hey, I got this money, can I give it back to you? Because you want to make sure that you're actually supposed to have that money. It's a headache if that happens to you. All right, contact HR for any work-related needs. So if you need to forward any tax forms, if you need any last-minute letters of recommendation, anything at all, make sure you are contacting your HR at your job to get those things taken care of. Forwarding your last check, printing any pay stubs, different things like that. So definitely make sure you contact them before you leave. Provide your 30-day notice to your landlord. This is essential. It is the law that you provide a 30-day notice. Now, there are caveats to the law, right? So if you have short notice orders, right? You didn't know you were moving. You didn't know what your report date was. You got your orders today and they say to report 2 weeks from now. Okay, you have those orders, you take them to your landlord, to the housing office. They can see the date that the orders were given and they can see your report date. And then if they see, oh yeah, it's less than 30 days, they can't provide us a 30-day notice, then yes, they cannot charge you a fee for giving less than 30-day notice. But let me tell you something. If it has a date listed on there and you have 30 days, between then and when you have to report, or a little bit more because you still have to travel, right? But you have at least 30 days, guess what? They don't have to waive a fee for you because it is your obligation to give a 30-day notice. Anyways, I'm off my soapbox now. Let's keep going talking about this to-do list. Contact the cable company and utilities, give them your notice, get any fees for shut off and things like that calculated so you know exactly what to expect. For us, the only utility that we need shut off is our internet. We already canceled cable. We don't have anything else. We live in military housing, so all the lights and the water and everything, it's wonderful. We don't have to pay for that. And they take care of, they don't shut it off because it just continuously is on for when the next person moves in. So all we really have to worry about is shutting off our internet and forwarding any last things, setting up our forwarding address with the post office is really all that we have left to do. Next, you want to schedule your pre-inspection of your home with your landlord if possible. Some military installations do this. Fort Irwin does do a pre-inspection. They will come walk through your house, see what damages they can see, and kind of give you an estimate. Obviously, once everything is moved out of your home, that estimate could go up or down. Once you clean things, it could go up or down, but just be aware of that. They're gonna come through, do an estimate that's not, written in stone, right? But it just kind of gives you an idea. When I worked at Fort Sill, you have the option to do that, but it wasn't required. Here at Fort Irwin, everybody gets a pre-inspection from what I understand. So again, check with your housing. If you live off post, I'm not entirely sure how they do it. Maybe they'll do that for you. They might not do it for you at all. So just be aware of that and always ask if that's something that you want to do so that you get a heads up as to any damages or costs you're looking at for moving out. Make sure that you confirm your move-in dates or appointments to view homes with housing. Again, if you're working with a rental company off an installation, you're going to have to confirm all those things with them. When you move with housing, you actually have it kind of easier. Normally, they will have a date set up for us. We already have a home assigned to us. We have the date that our move-in and our lease signing is confirmed for. And so today is what? May, I think 28th right now. And our move-in date is going to be July 27th. So We will be traveling July 6th through the 13th, 2 weeks of quarantine. And so from that 2 weeks, bam, the next day or 2 weeks from when we arrive there is when we will go ahead and check in and sign for our house. So we don't get to view our house until we get there, which I guess is more common in the military than I thought. Again, when I worked for housing at Fort Sill, you got to view the home, walk through with the resident service specialist, and then we signed the lease like in the home after you walk through. If you didn't like it, you could turn it down and we could show you another home, but you couldn't get that home back, right? Here at Fort Irwin and at Fort Lee Lake, they're like, this is your house. At Fort Irwin, you had to sign before you even got the keys to see. So I think at Lee, we can actually walk through it. It might be similar. I don't know. I'll find out at Lee and I will let you know. But yeah, so we have our house assigned to us. Haven't seen it, just seen generic pictures. But I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. All right, confirm any POV pickup dates if you are shipping your vehicle. Like I mentioned in the last video, I believe that we are going to sell my husband's car because I'm not working right now and it's kind of just easier to have just one car, less to ship, less hassle. Listen, I done told you in another video, we have an infant, we have a 5-year-old. We're not driving 2 cars because you're not going to leave me stranded in the car with 2 kids. No, sir. All of us going to endure that blessing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's why we were thinking about shipping it, but it would be kind of better just to sell it, get the extra money, good to go. Oh, again, talking about the budget, I meant to mention this. Coronavirus, in America, we got them stimulus checks. So if you haven't spent your stimulus check, go ahead and put that in the savings for PCS time because that's going to come in handy. And that's kind of what we did as well. So we don't use it to stimulate the economy right away, but there will be some stimulating once we get on the road. Confirm any packing and moving dates with household goods if possible. So like I mentioned, we already have our moving date. We have our packing and pickup date. I don't need to confirm because I have the email. Literally got it yesterday. So that's good to go. It is confirmed. That's pretty much all that I have on the PCS checklist. Some tips. Check out the video, like I said, on the kids' activity box. Once that's put up, I will definitely be doing that video. And the next one, when you are dealing with final bills from utility companies, cable, housing, things like that, make sure that you get everything documented, right? So if cable says this is going to be your final bill, usually they'll send you an email, but if not, have them send it to you in writing because you don't want to be hit with additional charges. When it comes to housing, make sure that you have copies of everything. Because as far as the military is concerned, normally, that they have to go by state laws and they are revamping all these housing laws when it comes to privatized housing. But normally, like once you sign off on that sheet, when I lived in Oklahoma and I know here at Irwin, once you sign off on that sheet, those damages that are listed there are the damages that you are accepting. They cannot then go back and say, oh, well, we found this damage afterwards. There was this issue. No, bruh, you had the time when we walked through to notate those damages and to charge me for them. You're not going to gouge me for additional charges. Absolutely not. So make sure you have it all in writing so that you have everything back you up and keep it for a couple of years because sometimes, you can sue and they can sue and just shenanigans and you don't want to be caught in those shenanigans. So just make sure that you keep all of your items documented and keep it in a safe place, filing cabinet, PCS checklist or PCS binder, whatever it is that you feel comfortable keeping it in, just so that you have all of your bases covered, okay? So that is it for our 1 month PCS checklist. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you are a military spouse, and even if you're not, hey, reach out to me on Instagram, reach out to me in the comments. I'd love to chat with you. I'd love to get to know you. If you're a military spouse, either seasoned or a new one, definitely let me know if you think that I missed anything on these PCS checklists. What would you add into it? What's important to you? If you are new, ask any questions that you need answered. I am more than happy to answer them for you. And if I don't know the answer, I'm more than happy to track down that answer or help you track down that answer. So with all that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Until next time, later loves.
I can't get you out of my mind. It's like I feel it for the first time.